My name is Igshaan Adams. I'm an artist from Cape Town, South Africa. We are currently in my studio where we are working on my upcoming show at the Hepworth in Wakefield. For the show, what I've decided to do is to look at earlier works from about 6-7 years ago, recognizing that over time, I've deliberately gone through this process of refinement. And I thought that it would be nice to have a look at what we did there and bring back some of that aesthetics and mash it up with what we've been doing since then to make it feel like it had gone through some experiences, that it's still holding on to the residue of those experiences. My work has always kind of pointed more to an interest in what my own body and my mind, my structure, my internal structures, what it had experienced, and questioning how do you dislodge those things? Is it even possible? I really do believe that it's through motion, through movement, through an intention and the ritual that something gets dislodged. I decided to use dance as the way of achieving that. The company that I had approached is my uncle and his partner, John and Alfred, because all of my performances has always related to some family member in some way. We've asked them to perform on a canvas, and underneath the canvas we had placed sheets of inked up plastic. And it's those monotype prints that I now use as the template for the tapestry that we are making. I took the print itself, brought it into the studio and started painting into the negative space. I use white paint and a little bit of color in there to animate the space, to bring some level of layers and texture and this imagined ground feeling to it. But what we are left with are these holes within the tapestry, or these unwoven sections where the body made contact with the canvas. The point was always that the work holds some kind of experience, that it felt like it had a life of its own. There was always these forms hovering around me in space in my studio. I started making these entangled messes. They just accumulate the residue of earlier works over time. At some point I started entangling things deliberately to create whatever I wanted. We started spray painting them, also giving them color or making them more uniform in color. These clouds, or these dust clouds, eventually will form one large installation. The dream, the fantasy has been to have the experience of being inside this cloud, that you are completely surrounded and have to navigate the entanglement, so that there is a total immersion into the cloud itself or in this installation. Ultimately, there is the hope that there's this experience of both splitting your focus between observing up close, looking at the detail, and maybe getting lost in all of the detail in some way, but still having to constantly step back and experience the fullness of it all. And I think it's important to have that skill